right.
Hey! It's hey, Ryan. Ryan, shut up. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to the Channel 5 News Podcast. I am actually not going to be doing the intro today. Today, we're actually going to be giving it away to Derek. Derek, go ahead. We never let you do it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Derek.
What's up, newscasters? This is Derek from Channel 5 News, and I just want to say that I'm glad to be back. You know, it's been a long time. It's been a hiatus. I know you guys are asking what's going on out there in the world, and as a news station, you know, we've left you in the dark, but that ends today. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Joining today are my cohorts, Nightmare and ryanmc 01. Now let's get this bread.
Hello, everybody. This is
Let's
a long
get it going.
anticipated 13th episode, the 13th reason why, if you will.
You should live.
And as you guys know, in this period of time that we have been out, we have been making some budget cuts, and we have been making some additions to the freaking Channel 5 News office. All right, guys. So you may have heard from the intro, but we have two new co-hosts. So replacing Derek, we have Jordan, and replacing Jordan, we have Derek. Am I right, guys?
Hey, yeah.
Hike.
Wow.
And replacing
hey,
Colin
Ryan, I don't.
is
Hey,
nothing.
Hey. I don't mean to be a bother or a bug, but we were already in the episodes. I think you might have gotten your math wrong.
No, I'm not.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Channel 5 News Podcast. Today you're gonna be. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Are we all doing our own intros, or you guys
No. Let's just not do it. Let's just not do it. I'm too shy.
Yeah,
I can't do this.
Let's not do an intro. Let's just jump into it. All
right, boys. What kind of news have we come across out there?
Well,
the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is currently murdering all girls ages 30 and younger. Not confirmed, but confirmed that they have been getting sick. So if you are 30 and or younger, do not get that Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Go ahead and go get that Pfizer, that FICO vaccine, that Pulitzer Prize winner vaccine.
remember that all medical advice given on this show is coming from a direct professional, and you should not research this or discuss this with your physician. This counts as medical advice.
Well, the Johnson & Johnson thing was true. Everything else was not. You can go get it anywhere, but
would you boys
not Johnson & Johnson if you were a younger female, huh?
Would you boys recommend getting the vaccine, getting the virus?
I recommend getting the virus.
Yeah, I'm all on board.
Yeah, I'm pro virus.
Yeah, dude, I'm all hands on deck.
I mean, if you're not,
we're gonna get through this one way or another. Whether
you're not living. I mean, maybe if you
we're gonna get through
this. You won't live either, but you know, you live and learn.
I think it's
a small chance.
You know, in one of my classes, about the reference age. So I think, if memory serves correctly, between the ages of 5 and 17 are the most, I suppose, resilient to the virus. And then below 5 and above 17, you know, the older you are above the age of 17, it seems like the trend is the more, I guess, susceptible you are to infection. But the numbers aren't that drastic of an increase.
Okay.
Cool little tidbit that I might have made up.
Yeah, I think you're spot on.
Nice.
I think you're making this up.
Okay, now that we're done with medical corner.
I hear that Johnson & Johnson is actually the reason that a couple of their vaccines, went down the poopy, made some people do the little poopy poop, is because they've actually allocated their resources to creating a new condom that Bill Gates' great penis won't be able to destroy. I'm sorry.
What does that mean for the rest of us?
Wait, what?
What does that mean for the rest of us?
I don't know.
It's time to bend over and take what you deserved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how it happens. Sometimes the rich just get the better of you.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're poor, and they just want to make sure you know it.
So Johnson & Johnson is making new condoms specifically for Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, great penis.
Want to let you know it's not Bill Gates. It is Bill Gates.
Well, do we think they're the same person?
No, Bill Gates is arguably more important.
No, listen to me. They're the same person.
I've never. It's like you hear about Bill Gates all the time, and I really have I've never really looked at Bill Gates in the sense that I don't really know what he looks like or sounds like until maybe a month ago when I was doing an assignment for one of my classes, and I watched a little short interview Bill Gates was having with some magazine talking about technology and climate change, that kind of thing. And that's just weird because he looked and sounded so normal. And I just never thought about it, but it's not what I expected.
Yeah. Ever since I got the
what did you
vaccine,
expect?
I haven't been able to think about anything but Bill Gates' great penis.
Yeah, well, there's that for sure. Enough so that Johnson & Johnson is making new specially branded condoms for his doppelganger, Bill Gates. Similar in every way, yet dissimilar in every way. You think that increases Johnson & Johnson stocks?
No.
Definitely not.
Because
if I had to
they've been a failure. They haven't been able to find it yet.
If I had to take a wild guess, I would say it probably downgrades their stocks pretty substantially.
So I don't know the details or the science behind it. This is almost a passing comment from my father, but my niece, who is 1.5, yet is invested in Johnson & Johnson, like in the stocks. Mm-hmm. She's doing the best out of all of us and has like $60 extra.
Damn.
Oh, dude, that's insane.
I mean, I
forgot to mention.
Not from J&J alone, from other things, but she's made the most. And I can't help but feel like a portion of that is from J&J. So I was wondering how the stocks would do, or were doing, because of the vaccine issue. But it doesn't seem like there's been much of a hit, though I'm not an expert or even knowledgeable in the details.
I was an early adopter of Dogecoin, and so whenever Dogecoin did that big spike, like a couple weeks ago, I made about $60 off of that. And then Dogecoin went down to 30 cents, and I bought it whenever it was at 7 cents. Dogecoin went down to 30 cents, and I purchased about $180 worth of Dogecoin at 30 cents, and I am currently about $100 up.
Wow, that's kind of inspiring.
So
become more active in it, at least. It makes me want to become more active in stock market, stock trading.
Yeah, dude, I've made almost about $160 in the last month. And this Saturday night, upcoming, is whenever Elon Musk goes on to Saturday Night Live, and he's going to be plugging Dogecoin real hard. So I'm expecting a really big boom then. Whenever that happens, I'm going to sell off my Dogecoin and hopefully make a couple hundred.
Yeah, I was an early adopter back in 2013 to this thing called Bitcoin. So I wonder how that's doing. I invested about $1,000 into it back in 2013.
Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
I haven't heard. Yeah,
I wonder how it's doing too. You should probably check it, I guess.
Yeah. Good thing you took out all those loans for college.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, it can't be doing that much. I hear crypto's not even that big of a thing.
No, because Dogecoin is,
Yeah, it's the big one.
Up in the ranks.
Dogecoin's like the first ever of its kind, really.
My stepdad told me that cryptocurrency isn't even real money, so like, what am I gonna do with it? I'm pretty sure I just wasted all my thousands of dollars that I invested.
Well, you can go onto the dark web and buy drugs, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta make it back somehow, I suppose.
So, next topic, how do we access the dark web?
You just Google it.
Just to put the research out there.
You just type into Google search bar www.darkweb.com and
okay.
There you go.
Do you guys have like actual computers?
No.
I don't think so.
Because I was gonna say this is gonna sound kind of strange, but I used to have a computer, but like it looks a lot different now. And whenever I sit down at it, it like hisses at me. And for a minute, I didn't really know what was going on. I'm fairly certain my computer's a transformer. Yeah, dude, it like shifts around and stuff. There's not even a monitor anymore. Every time I sit down, the monitor just is kind of like black. But I mean, I'm too afraid to argue with it because it seems really mean. It hisses at.
You should probably perform some experiments, just to gather evidence and see what you can find.
Let me like poke it.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, you. Ow!
Ow.
So guys, I'm not gonna poke it.
What are the chances you accidentally replaced your computer with your cat?
So, what would that look like? Paint the picture, please.
Yeah.
Like you accidentally put your cat on your computer table, and you accidentally been feeding your computer catnip and milk.
Like, are you asking like what are the repercussions of this, or like what would it look like?
No, like what are the chances? Like I'm just trying to figure out why your computer's hissing at me.
Oh, you're asking what are the odds?
What are the odds that you replace?
It's definitely not my cat. Because my cat's like furry, and this is like metallic, and it's got a Decepticon sticker on the top.
Are you sure that's not your cat?
Which, you know what? Let me.
Because I've seen a few
It actually was my cat.
You see, we always get you with those ones. It's when you least expect it.
I can't believe I actually let it like do that to me. I'm such a fucking Zabooma fool.
True that.
I did not think that my cat was gonna. My cat beamed me. It got me. I'm done. That was the end of my career.
Dude, it hit you up with that Dr. Robotnik mean bean machine.
Dude, talking about Decepticons made me think about the two sides, Decepticons and Autobots, which made me think about the Avengers movies, Thanos or not Thanos. Who's right? Who can you sympathize with?
Right. I sympathize with Thanos. I think he did what was best. Dude, come on! That's not even. I'm not a simp.
Got him.
It is what it is.
Just because he's kind of thick. I think that you're a simp, huh? Who did you sympathize with, huh? Fucking Tony Stark.
No, I sympathize with Black Panther because BLM fight the power, and yeah.
In solidarity with Chadwick Boseman, who died during one of our podcasts.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
Do I make the joke that he's a simp, or do I just take the L?
I think you just congratulate where society has come and move on. But
Lord, give me the strength. Hey, Ryan.
What's up, buddy?
So what I heard is that you simp for Black Panther?
Dude, he's fucking dead.
But you're simping for him.
There's a time and a place, and this is neither of those. Yeah, you just keep digging yourself into that hole. I bet you support the police,
but you really do
you?
be a simple.
Who invited this guy?
Yeah, I think maybe it's good to have multiple perspectives so that we can, create dividing lines, and then our fan base can decide really who to cancel, or maybe it'll be all of us.
Anyway,
so I'm gonna say one more thing on this subject.
Let's play the cancel.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm off and then I'm done. Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people's. Okay, I'm done.
I didn't even hear what you said. Did you say anything?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
He said it, but
yeah, it was me. I said the thing.
He said it. He said it, but
Yeah, just trust me.
So with Justin.
Yeah,
Justin.
Justin, the wrestler, backyard wrestler.
Oh shoot! We're doing a callback to a previous episode.
You got to keep some continuity.
How's he doing?
This is the Channel 5 News universe.
Y'all are just living in it. Justin,
I'm doing that. Derek, can you pull it up on the screen, please?
What?
I'm doing it. No.
Justin definitely deserves all of our love and respect. That's all I was trying to say.
I'm not really sure how to find updates on it. Just give me a second.
All right. Jamie, while you're looking that up, we'll talk about the Cuban Missile Crisis a little bit.
How about we talk about something that's like actually relevant here? So Derek recently graduated from college. Ryan just finished up your 4th year, right?
Correct.
Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about the college lifestyle? I never got to go. Like what was an average day for you in college?
Well, I mean, like, where to even begin? Average day started at like 3 a.m. and like I would just go out to like the nearest frat party and freaking frat it up, and then I would go home at about 4 p.m. after the frat party. I mean 4 a.m. It's an hour-long frat party, and I would eat some Cheerios, and then at about 5 p.m. after I was done eating my Cheerios, I would go to school. That's college for you. That's college.
That's it?
No?
I would say personally that things, what an average day looks like changed from COVID, and I mean, obviously it changed for everybody. Before, pre-COVID, freshman through junior year, I was always seeing, half of junior year at least, I would always be done with basically everything I had to do in school by the evening, like 6 or 7. I'd go out in the morning to classes. I'd stay on campus all day until my last class. Then I'd usually go to work. And if they didn't have anything for me to do, I'd work on homework. In between classes, I'd be working on homework. So it was really easy to stay ahead of the curve. And then so by the time I'd get home in the evening, I would just have the rest of the day to chill and do whatever I wanted. I could go out with my friends or put on a movie or play a game. Not that I ever really did any of that stuff. I did like to go on runs and do sports when people ask to do them. But now, or at least post-COVID, I felt like I was spending all hours of the day on my laptop. And it was grueling and really hard mentally, I feel, and even physically too. There were some days, very rarely, where I would spend all day outside, with my friends on a nice day playing spike ball or frisbee or football or soccer or whatever it was. And I would think, like, I'm doing something very wrong because I'm not on my computer. And I think that's kind of how it was for all students. And I feel probably that's conserved in everyone around out there who's had to make a shift to an online platform for accomplishing their life goals. I would say that I felt like one of the things is like I would be working on schoolwork until well into the late night. And I think part of that is, at least in my own opinion, professors who initially were limited by, say, we can only work on or lecture for 3 hours a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 to 9. But now online, I felt that they saw it as these students have every day and all day. I can release everything at midnight, and then they could watch it all and do work on it. And so I felt like the amount of work that I had to complete daily increased drastically because of COVID.
Do you blame COVID for that?
Do I blame COVID for having more work?
Yeah.
I blame the freedom that COVID allowed the professors to have. Because they could access their computers any day or any point of the day, which meant we could probably access our computers any point of the day, which means no reason to not be on our computer.
Yeah. Basically what you're saying is that if you didn't have to deal with COVID, or if your professors did not have to deal with COVID, it'd be morally okay to lock them in a closet.
Yes.
I guess. I don't really follow.
No I guess. There is no I guess. Well, you said that you think that COVID gave your professors the freedom. So before that, they had not had freedom. So if COVID was not here, you could revoke their freedom at any time.
I'm saying that before COVID, they were limited by how much they could give us material-wise because they had to follow the same schedules that we did. But because of COVID, everything being online, we didn't have schedules anymore.
Okay, yeah, you definitely should have made that a lot more clear. I thought that we were about to start going after these teachers.
Fuck it, let's rage.
And I don't think it's a bad idea per se. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm definitely not happy with the fact that Ryan had to buy 2 of the same textbook.
Me too.
I didn't hear about that.
Well,
you did very much. In fact, I listened to all episodes of the previous podcast today, and that was one that stuck out in my head. Was Ryan discussing how he had to buy 2 of the exact same book because one of them just didn't have the fucking network code in it.
Yeah, it was a rough time. I guess that's really not on the. Well, I guess it is on the professor for not making it clear which textbook I had to buy first off, but it's also on the publishing company because, I said, hey, I emailed them like multiple times, used their customer support multiple times, been like, hey, look, I haven't opened this one yet. It's it's an ebook, so it's like, how can you tell if you really opened it or not? Whatever. But I'm like, hey, look, I've had this for less than a day. Please let me return it because I didn't buy the right one the first time around. And the fucking publishing company just ghosted me, like my ex-girlfriend, and just like never got back to me. They're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't speak English. Why are you texting us wanting your money back? You want money? We don't have your money. You should." I I was getting gaslit by publishing company, and I think that should be a criminal offense.
I fully agree. That pisses me off.
Yeah. My in all seriousness, my experience this past year has been it's been a mixed bag. So this past semester, my professors had the idea to do classes synchronously, meaning like they would do the lecture live on Zoom and we would all be sitting there on Zoom. Whereas the previous semester, our classes were presented asynchronously, so they would just like post the lecture at the beginning of the day and you can watch it at any point throughout the day, which I personally preferred because, I could go at my own pace. I'm more of a nighttime guy. My brain works better at night, I feel like. So in the morning, I'm just kind of groggy and sleepy. But whatever, I had to get to classes. But again, I think these professors, they don't really realize that we have other classes sometimes because you know we on the schedule it would be your class runs from this time to this time, and they would more than often go over time, sometimes by like 30 minutes to an hour, just like not giving a care when I have to be in another class. Or some days I would have to miss meals because I would go to the dining hall, and given COVID, they were only opened for a limited amount of time uh, in comparison to the normal hours, so I would often miss meals, and that would make me angry. And I'm just like, come on, I'm trying to vibe here. You're not letting me vibe.
I think Kendrick Lamar said it best when he said, "Bitch, don't kill my vibe."
And they were
So
perpetrating the absolute execution of my vibe.
That was murder.
wow. Yeah. So if I had to talk about my experience over the last year, it's been a pretty good one. I was running a business at the beginning of it. Well, I was the general manager for a business. And that kind of sucked. Really was not the greatest, but you take what you can. And by the end of it, I mean, I wasn't too upset with how everything turned out. So yeah, I mean, I lived my life. COVID didn't really affect me. My business continued going at a more. I was the general manager for U-Haul. No one stopped coming into U-Haul. In fact, that continued going almost more of an increased rate than it was prior. Okay. So my life continued on just the same. It was kind of cool driving down the block and not seeing very many cars. But I also wasn't in college. I got to do not very many exciting things this year, really. I did, however, know that the virus was coming a fair bit of time before everyone else. So I got time to like prepare for like the first 2 weeks where it was really bad, and I bought a bunch of rations and had everything inside the house just in case something happened. But nothing did, and it was ultimately kind of pointless. But at least I had it just in case. Um, and yeah, I mean, it didn't really slow down anything for me. If anything, it sped up a lot. So my life's been a little bit better.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
How would you guys rate your college? Also, if you guys have any questions for me, I feel like I'm kind of pushing a lot of it off on you. How would you guys rate your college experience? I'm just super kind of excited to hear how you guys feel now that now that you're done, Derek and Ryan, you're nearing the edge.
I'm edging.
Yeah.
I
Keep telling my haters, keep sucking. I'm about to come.
I'm pleased with my college experience. I think I got a lot out of it, and I'm glad that I went where I did and that I met the people that I did. I think I had a lot of good experiences that'll help me and shape me in the future. One piece of advice I would give to anyone who's considering college or in college currently, though I know it's difficult currently because of the state of the world, but if and as things return to a more normal flow, I would say that one of the most important things in college is to get involved and to join organizations and interact with people and expose yourself to all different kinds of perspectives and ways of thinking. And I think that's really what allows you to grow as a person. Fuck schoolwork, honestly. Just go out, meet people, and just get to know yourself and others. And I think joining a club or any kind of event, volunteering, just interacting with the human community. I think that'll really help you enjoy your experience and grow physically and mentally. And I think that that kind of thing will only benefit you in the long run. And even academically, at the same time, you meet people and you have access to someone that you can bounce ideas off of and bring your questions and arguments to the topics at hand and learn about other ways of tackling problems and ways to solve issues. So yeah, in summary, get involved. Most important thing, I'd say.
Yeah, I have no disagreements with that. Yeah, like if you're, especially if you're just in your undergraduate, just doing your bachelor's or whatever, um, just try not to stress so much about schoolwork. And obviously, schoolwork should be the priority, but also if you're spending all this money to go to college and you're not enjoying yourself, then you're incredibly missing out on what you should be doing. Honestly, it schoolwork is should be your priority, but also, you got to focus on yourself and focus on making friends, because there's really no place better to meet a more diverse group of people than at a university where people are coming from all states, all countries, all different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities, what have you. And that is one thing I wish. I mean, I do have another year left. I wish I got involved with more stuff. I mean, like, I kind of took the route of getting involved, but not in a lot of the clubs or sports or anything like that. Like, I was involved in a lot with my jobs. I've had multiple jobs working on campus, and I've been in my degree, and I've met people through there, which is great. But I wish I did more leisure activities, I guess you could say, or recreational things.
Yeah, well said. I feel like there's almost a club for anything. So you're bound to find like-minded individuals and then other individuals that can challenge your thinking.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I really wish that I had the chance to go solely for that kind of experience.
Yeah, I mean, you're not, you're never too old. I mean, I know you're kind of more focused on your professional side of things, but like even just going to a local community college, you're still going to be experiencing a lot of that, maybe to a lesser extent,
I've
but
been I've been thinking about it, but I feel like there's just so much going on in my life right now that I don't have the chance to. Maybe whenever I do move back home for the opportunity. Um, but as it stands right now, I don't have very much longer up here. Like just a little bit over a month or a little bit over a year. Um,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna be soaring back.
Yeah, man. Dude, I remember freshman year there was this guy that Derek knew somehow, but um him, Derek and I would always eat lunch together pretty much every day, and I didn't really know him, but he was what, in his like later 20s, 30s, and had a kid, and he was just like living it up in like a dorm in college. Like,
Yeah, I remember who you're talking about, Colin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just doxed the dude.
He just stalks this man. He was a cool guy, you know? So it's truly never too late. Especially now, you're only 22.
Yeah, I would say that, Jordan. Literally at the graduation ceremony, there were people who, at least in that respect, would be my peers graduating with an undergrad degree, but they were significantly older than me. Married and walking around balding, just old. So there's never a point where you can't go.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to have some more things set up in my life before I do it. I feel like I've done a good enough job as it stands right now, kind of setting up some smaller things. And then after I get the house and I have a really dependable savings, I think it might be finally time. And I still don't even know what I would go for because I kind of revived my dream of wanting to be a game designer, but I can learn a lot of that on my own. I really don't need to go back to school for it. But maybe if I did go back to school, it would like expand it, and like I could grow faster. But I don't know. It's something to think about. You boys wanna get into some of these questions that I'm brewing up in my head for you?
This guy.
Well, I got another little anecdote about
Certainly.
the college experience. Something that just happened this past week. That Derek and I, along with Colin, you guys know Colin, and another guy who hasn't been introduced. Actually, he has been introduced on this podcast before. Seth, the professional Super Smash Brothers player who we used to know back freshman year of college. We buried a time capsule, and we're gonna open it up. In our senior year, which unfortunately Seth he moved to Texas, and he wasn't here. But Colin, Derek, and we dug up the time capsule, and that was a very fun experience.
What was inside?
Well,
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So how it started was we buried it in a plastic water bottle, and it was in a spot that was very close to the river, and the river on our campus is very susceptible to flooding. So we were at least I was personally kind of worried that, it got washed away because we didn't dig it very, very deep. And we were out there digging just in the general vicinity of it for about, I would say, probably 30 minutes to 45 minutes, getting a little bit disheartened that we weren't finding it. But eventually, Colin, he stumbled upon it. And yeah, so what I put in it was nothing important at all. I forget what happened whenever we were burying it, but I forgot to make anything significant or whatever. But I just had this like little piece of a project I was doing in my one class in my backpack at the time, so I just stuffed it in there. But yeah, what'd
Oh.
you have, Derek?
Well, what I did, this was an idea that I got from Colin. A time capsule, his preferred contents for a time capsule is writing a letter to himself. So, I guess opening it would be a blast from the past, a message from your younger self, an inner dialogue, I suppose. And I really like that idea, so I wrote a letter and buried that in the time capsule. So, finding it, I got to read this letter that was me 4 years ago telling me what's up. And I found out I'm kind of a savage, or at least I was. I was very mean to myself. But, it was good to hear. It's sobering, learning, seeing, kind of comparing yourself to yourself. And it was an interesting thing to do, and I'm glad we did it. And it worked out well. Like you, Ryan, I had, maybe even unlike you, I actually had like no faith that we'd find it.
Yeah.
And I totally accepted that. But yeah, I was elated, completely surprised that we found that.
Yeah, and it was a fun time. Colin also wrote a letter, and Seth, and there was another random guy who I guess was there. He wrote a letter, but we didn't read that. And yeah, it was cool. We also took a picture the day that we buried it. All four of us on I think it was on a phone, but then we got it printed out, and then we put it in the time capsule, which unfortunately we were unable to get it out. But it was still cool to see. Just what we were up to 4 years ago, and looking like 4 years ago. Oh, 3 years ago,
You'll
I
be able
guess
to
technically.
find that exact image that was in the time capsule on ryanmc01's Instagram.
That's
Shameless
right.
plug, right?
I guess so.
That was really shameless. That was really plugging.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, so questions for any newscasters out there who want to make a time capsule. I don't know how common the idea is of writing a letter to yourself. I actually feel like it's probably very common, but I never heard of it or thought of it. It's really worthwhile, I think. And I've heard of people who write themselves letters every year and open them, starting 4 years later. So they're always getting, that conversation with themselves, what they've hoped to achieve within that time, and where they hope to be.
Yeah. And also, if anybody out there is taking this advice to heart and is going to go bury a time capsule, I would recommend that you mark it with something.
Oh God, yeah,
'Cause
that was.
that would make it easy.
I'm surprised. I mean, we only dug really 3 holes. Big holes. We really fucked that earth up, but we got lucky in just kind of generally digging in the right area. But yeah, for sure, mark it.
And also bring a digging utensil to bring it, bury it, or unbury it. Because we,
Yeah, that
we
might
forgot
also help.
that. And we were just using sticks and rocks and our bare hands. So,
I think it added a little bit maybe to the flavor.
How
yeah.
did you guys get it out?
Sticks and
We're
rocks.
listen,
A lot of
we're
willpower.
college students, man. We're a little enlightened. We know how shit
You're
works.
right. You're right. I'm sorry for second guessing you.
It's alright. Just don't let it happen again.
Okay. Anything else you boys want to share before we get into some questions?
Dude, let's get into some preguntas,
Yeah.
as they say in the Gus
Oh,
and Eddie
Yes.
podcast, our next guests.
I hate to say this, but did you watch the new episode? It was pretty okay.
I don't know. I love that podcast. I think they're great. Shout out to them. I mean, obviously, we're supposed to give them all of our credit, but I don't watch it too frequently.
Whenever I'm out there delivering and I'm really looking for something that I can just have a good time with, it's always Gus and Eddie's podcast. I just dude, Gus just makes me laugh so dang hard. I hate it. I hate him. I want to fuck him up. I want to beat him. Want to beat him down. Want to beat him off. Me. Anyway, so these are things I'm coming up with off the top of my head. First question, and this one I think is pretty important.
Real quick.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe like 20 minutes ago, I said I was going to look up what's going on with Justin. This is all I've got so far. I don't know how up to date this is. This is the GoFundMe page. They're at $21,861 out of $200,000. So not a lot of knowledge out there, but some people are supporting. The most recent donation was 23 hours ago by Eric Peeler. Yeah, an update from October 29th, 2020, the organizer of the GoFundMe talks about her invitation to participate in a podcast interview. And it wasn't Channel 5 News.
We extended the invitation.
We did do that.
I was almost scared that it was us. Like, oh God, did we forget about this?
We forgot her. We forgot her.
Oops, we were just too busy not recording a podcast to answer.
Yeah, luckily we're not that popular.
Yeah. Shoot.
All right, move on.
Have we actually been pretty popular people? Okay. First question I got, and if you guys think of anything, let me know. First question I got off the top of my head: if you could have sex with one male character, it has to be male character from Lord of the Rings, who would it be?
Does Big the Cat answer that question?
No, that's Sonic. That was gonna be the next question, but
Shoot.
you already answered it for me.
I not super familiar with Lord of the Rings characters.
These are not the answers I was looking for.
I guess I would say Smaug.
Okay.
What would you pick?
I'm gonna go with probably Bomber.
I don't know what that means.
I think he has the most clappable cheeks. Look him up, Bomber. I think he's got the most clappable cheeks.
Jamie, pull it up, please.
I think I'd have to go with Gandalf because the actor who plays him is a homosexual. So, I feel like, even if I'm not going to be enjoying it, he would know how to treat a man right.
That's true.
A way to consider the other party's feelings.
I mean, he would enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm out here he probably would. I'm gonna send a picture of Bomber to the to the thing for you, Derek. Sam. You see him? Never mind then. I guess I'm not gonna send a picture.
Yeah. If this clears up anything, Bomber's the one who eats it by the cheese knife.
That clears it all up.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
So this is something that I was going to talk to Ryan about in private, but actually, if I ask him on the podcast, he's probably going to be more pressured to say yes.
Oh,
since you're out of school, do you think there could be a possibility of a YouTube channel being opened up called Rye Night, where it's me and you, and we just like play video games together, and it's just joint content?
Sure.
Because like I want to make my channel like more oriented around skits, and I kind of don't want gameplay on there anymore. I'm tired of gameplay, and I don't really like gameplay of just me. I think it's boring to watch. Like if it's not me and you, I'm not interested. But I'm saying like a new channel where it's just us playing games together, and that's the only content on there. I think that'd be a pretty slapping fucking channel, dog.
What, is Derek not invited?
Derek can join too, but Derek doesn't have a catchy name that we could throw in the title.
Right.
Also, you guys know how I do with video games.
Dude, Derek's been smashing God of War lately.
Oh shoot, dude! How have you been doing in God of War?
Well, I just the other day. Actually, it was after the graduation ceremony. My family and I were back at my apartment. My older sister and mother were passed out on the couch. My younger sister, father, and I were just kind of hanging out, not really having anything to do. So I put on the game, and I'm like, well, I better make this interesting. So I continued the storyline, and I would think that I'm maybe halfway, although I'm not really sure. But got to some major plot points and character growth. I don't want to give away like spoilers, even though the game's 3 years old. Fuck it, I'll give away spoilers. I picked up the blades of Chaos or what from the original games. The blades that he uses in every game. Well, the exact blades change in each game, so I'm not sure which game these ones are from. They're either the first or the third, probably not the second. And we just picked those up. I went into Helheim, which is the Nordic version of the underworld, and went and killed a demonic troll who's the gatekeeper of the damned, or makes sure that no living entities travel into the realm of the dead. And we took his heart so that we can go save Atreus, whose lack of knowledge regarding his own, I guess, genealogy, the fact that he's half god, the fact that he doesn't know that means that his mind or soul or whatever is tearing his body apart because he's not whole. He's not at peace with himself or something like that. I don't necessarily understand it. So yeah, on our way to go save Kratos' son. Great game though, great game. I'm having so much fun. My favorite part, honestly, is the massive world. You know, like I've only been playing like a PS3. That was the most advanced console I've ever had until this PS4 that Jordan found in a dumpster. And it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I love the puzzles, like searching for things. I have yet to look online for any kind of aid because I love just exploring the world and discovering what it has to offer on my own. And I would recommend it to anyone who doesn't play it. That's really at Colin Renan because he refuses to play the game for some reason.
It makes me really happy to hear that you're enjoying it, and it makes me really sad to hear that Colin Miernan decided that he had the opportunity to play it and wanted to pass up on anything that he could do that was possibly even remotely fun.
Yeah, he's got different interests.
Also, Colin Murnan. He played like the first 5 minutes. He bought a $60 copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 and played it for like 5 minutes. Hasn't even touched it, and that game is fucking awesome.
I don't have anywhere to talk on that because I did the exact same thing.
Oh, that's bullshit. I've played Red Dead for like at least 50 to 60 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I put 20 minutes into it and got really tired of the opening like cinematic and was like, yeah, I don't want to play this.
He said
I bought it for Kyla though, and she played it for at least like 3 hours.
He said he had to kill a dog, and that was just something he couldn't emotionally handle.
I'm pretty sure there's no point where you actually have to kill a dog. I think he just chose to kill the dog.
He hated the game so much he had to give himself a reason to not play it.
Pretty much.
A quick little news flash.
The dog and he said,
today is Mr. Mernan's 23rd birthday. So send him some love. Thinking of him as he enjoys his night out in the town, probably.
Big ol' happy 23!
As Taylor Swift once said, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 23.
Amen. Non-denominational amen.
Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I mean, non-denominational, hell yeah.
Helheim, yeah.
Dude, in God of War, do you ever get to go to Valheim?
Wait, is that the new game that you're obsessed with?
It was a game I did play a lot, but unfortunately I can't now that my old computer's broken. But I was obsessed with it for a while, yes.
I don't think you can go to Valheim. I'm not sure yet. I've only been to, let's see. The 3 realms that you can travel to for the storyline, which is, I don't even know their names. Midgard, which is the human world. Svartalfheim, probably, which is for elves. Helheim for the dead. And I unlocked Muspelheim, which is like fire realm, I guess, or demons or something. But I have not traveled there.
I see. Dude, just wait till you make it to Valheim. That's basically Minecraft, but God of War.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. When are you coming over to play?
So, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, sounds good. See you there. Then.
Hell yeah. I decided to look up conversation starters.
Here we go.
What's wrong with our conversation, Nightmare?
I want it to be a little bit more exciting, and so I looked up conversation starters specifically for whenever you're on a date. So I'm gonna ask you guys some of these date questions.
All right.
I'm not gonna read the descriptions of them. I'm just gonna ask you the basic generalization of the headline. So the first one that I see that's pretty interesting is ask about their dick. So, what's going on with your guys' genitalia?
It's good. Thanks for asking.
No problem. Anything else you want to share?
What else do you want to
know? I just recently figured out a new way to shave, so that's been going good for me.
That's impressive. Can you explain the process? Because I still nick my balls every time. This is not an ad for Manscaped.
I just use an electric razor.
You just like don't catch yourself? Like, how are you doing that?
Do you have the guard on?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I have...
Because, like, I only use an electric razor, and I catch myself every time.
Yeah, it wasn't without its hiccups, but it's a relatively smooth process. It might be the type of blade you're using. So, do you use the same razor for your trimmer or electric razor for your, genitalia and your face?
Yes.
Confidently.
Is that yeah? Oh yeah, 100%. I got no shame in my game.
Yeah, I do too.
I take a shower and the water runs off my face to my balls. Is that an issue? I mean, like,
Yeah, but not from your balls to your face. I mean, unless you're showering.
Sometimes I take a shower and I do it upside down.
Okay.
I mean, in all reality, your nuts are probably cleaner than your face.
Honestly, they touch a lot less.
Perhaps. I use the same razor, but I changed the head to a different type.
I could go to a smaller head, but it'd take me a lot longer. But I probably would nick myself a lot less.
Well, have you tried doing it while you're taking a cold shower?
I have not, but it's an electric razor.
Well, just don't get the razor in the water, but if you shave your nuts while you're taking a cold shower, it's the best to do it because your nuts are all shriveled up and they're a lot easier to not nick. It's like there's not all that excess skin dangling around.
Would the hairs raise on end? Stand on end?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my question. Are they like perking up or? Because there's like ridges. There's like ridges there that like I still kind of like get it in between.
Nah, man.
Okay, I believe you.
Change your game.
So this next question is ask about where they grew up and if they liked it. So, do you guys remember being inside of your dad's testicles, and how did you like the fight to get out of there?
It was the greatest moment of my life, to be honest.
It was brutal.
How many other sperms did you kill?
I mean, probably in the neighborhood of like 7 million. I don't know. I mean, like, in reality, all of them died, but like, was their death my fault, or was it their fault for not reaching the eggs as fast? That's a question for the ages.
They shut me down, but I'm back.
He's back.
Derek.
Yes.
Have you watched Invincible, the last episode?
No, not yet. Look, I moved back home, or at least I brought all my stuff back home, and it's gonna take me some time to sort through everything. I was gonna try and get uh, I was trying to work on it today and get my TV and stuff set up again, but I ended up having to go and help my family, at various locations for various reasons. So I didn't get the chance to work on that kind of thing. But I'll
You
plan
have your
on.
phone on you. Why don't you lay down in bed and just watch it tonight before you go to sleep?
No way. First off, I don't. Well, I don't have Amazon Prime. My Fire Stick is jailbroken.
I
So.
just admitted to a crime.
Oh, wow, you're going to jail.
Ryan, can you bleep those out?
I don't think I'm gonna make it this far in the edit.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about going back and watching the old episodes, where Ryan purposefully says, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna edit that part out, but it's still in there. And there's like no cover-ups on half of them.
I'll get there I'll be like halfway through the podcast and I'll be like, yeah, the rest of it's probably fine.
What I do whenever I'm watching or like I'm editing my stuff is I'll go to the playback and I'll set it to double speed. And then I'll just like listen closely to basically what they're saying or what I'm saying. So like that's a good way of getting this done in like half the.
That's still too long.
Listen,
These podcasts are way too long.
What are we at?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, what are we at right now?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
Doesn't your recorder tell you how many minutes we're on?
No.
Oh.
No, I think we're close to an hour. We started at 9:40 something. Now it's 10:40 something, but we're just vibing out here.
That's fair. All right. Well, then, last thing that I would like to talk about, Jordan, try and sell Invincible to Ryan. Why should Ryan or anyone else out there watch Invincible? What's good about it?
What it is?
Oh, dude, I can do this. Ryan, do you currently have Amazon Prime?
I don't, but I'm sure a relative of mine does that I could borrow from.
Okay. Viewers, do you guys currently have Amazon Prime?
Hey, everybody down in the comments, comment your Amazon Prime login information so I can watch it.
Exactly. Everyone, if you share your Amazon Prime login information with just one viewer, then all of you have the ability to watch Invincible, which is great because you're going to need that ability for what I'm about to tell you. Invincible is downright one of the best superhero created animated shows, I'd have to say, ever. I myself have never been a big superhero guy. Teen Titans was not a fan. DC Superman, what is it, like fucking the Justice League? More like the Justice Losers. Fucking sucked. I don't know, Batman, fucking dork. Fucking Harley Quinn, that one was actually kind of good. The point I'm trying to make is your boy over here Spider-Man? Don't like the animated Spider-Man. Give me Tobey Maguire, give me death. Your boy out here is not liking superheroes. Other than Spider-Man, who I hold to a golden pedestal, the rest of them could drop dead. I don't care about them, my guy. That being said, though, Invincible is not your average superhero animation. Instead, what you get is a suspense thriller. Who doesn't like crime shows? Okay? You get a crime show, but you get superpowers and you get well-y animated fights. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens. Don't expect any spoilies from me, guy. But what I'm going to have to tell you is that there's a very interesting thing that happens in the first episode that ricochets through every single other episode. And this interesting thing is not something small. Oh, no. It's huge. What it does is whenever you're watching a show, you may not notice this, but subconsciously, you have a safety net. around you and every single person that you care about inside that show. You have this idea in the back of your head that this is a show where this person is the main character and everyone around him, for the most part, by the end of it is gonna be okay. There's not going to be too many shakeups that are really going to rock the show to its core, because you got to have these main characters. What Invincible does that frankly is right, and I wish more shows would do this, is they take that concept and they flip it around, where now you no longer have characters that are integral to the show. You just have plot points that are integral. And plot points are a lot scarier than characters themselves. Whenever you take that ideal foundation of a character that you really enjoy, that is integral to the show, and you know that their safety is going to be there, and you remove that safety net, what you get is a much more intense thrill ride of a show where you and anything that you can imagine has the possibility of happening, and you're second guessing every single action as it's coming along. Is one person talking to another person and they might just be showing a little bit not enough respect? Well, there's a possibility that person's not going to make it to the end of the episode, my guy. He could be gone by the time it comes around. And you know what the best thing about Invincible is? They don't pull their punches, metaphorically and physically. If you want to see something happen, blood, gore, mayhem, that is what Invincible is down to its core. Ryan MC, are you going to watch it?
Nah, I think I'm going to stick with My Hero Academia.
Ryan MC, drop that weak ass shit, grab my hand, let me pick you up out of the mud by your bootstraps, and we're gonna do this together!
Is this how you became the #1 seller in Michigan?
No, it was a lot less exciting. Old people don't want to hear you actually have passion.
Oh.
Nah,
I don't know, what did you think of that sale? I thought that was pretty good.
That was really good.
Yeah, I thought I've been interested in the show. I've seen like trailers and I've heard you talk about it before. I just haven't had the Amazon Prime account. That's basically it.
Yeah,
I was pretty much sold on it already. Like I just haven't been watching.
Yeah, I just had to walk you over the edge. That's what a salesman's job is. It's just to walk their customers over the edge. Whenever I approach you, I have to have it inside my head that you're already sold on the product that I'm selling, and all I'm doing is you're at the beginning of that bridge, and I'm taking your hand and I'm just walking you over to the other end of that bridge.
I feel like
at the other end of that bridge, huh?
I feel like that's actually really enlightening about sales.
Yeah. Well, that is a really good attitude to have. Also, don't be pretentious about it, though. If you approach someone, don't be like, obviously approach them and have the feeling that they're going to be purchasing from you whatever you're going to be selling. Because if you're not confident, they don't want it. But don't walk up to them and pretend that you are the sliced bread and not just the next best thing. Sense it. Where was I going to go from that? Oh yeah, me walking you over that bridge, Ryan, is you can have my Amazon Prime login information. I trust you. Dude, I trust you a lot more than my fucking dad. My dad is such a piece of shit. He is so like uptight about yeah, if you guys go to Ohio, you could find my login information. He's super uptight about like his passwords and everything, where if one thing happens, he could have several accounts and each of them have a separate password, and if one of his accounts gets remotely even close to being broken into, he changes all of the passwords.
Dang.
Yeah, my dad asked me for my Amazon Prime login information. And so I sent it to him. I tried telling it to him over the phone, and he is not very literate whenever it comes to listening. So I sent him like a physical copy of it and said, just copy and paste this into the Amazon Prime. He couldn't figure out how to do it from his phone. So him and my mother, now divorced, but at the time we're together, were out at breakfast, and they took a napkin and wrote down my login information to my Amazon Prime on the napkin, and then fucking left it on the table for anyone to grab. My username and password just sitting there.
Have you changed?
My dad called me No, I didn't. I didn't have to. Obviously, the fucking person that comes over and cleans the table is gonna toss it away. But like, really happy he had enough care to write down my personal information and then leave it sitting out.
Dude, I got my Facebook account got hacked before, and I changed the password to the old password.
By the way, boys, what are you guys sipping on right now?
I was just drinking some water.
That's one for my water boys. What about you, Derek?
Bottle of water.
Hell yeah, baby. 3 waters up in the crib.
Ooh, yeah. That's
water boys for life.
As Adam Sandler once said, I think alligators are mad because they don't have a toothbrush. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Perfect. Anything else you guys want to say before we close off this very special welcome back episode?
I'm satisfied. I think we covered a lot of bases and we had some good conversations. I hate you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think this was a good episode, and I'll look forward to us recording another one in 2 months.
Yeah, me too.
Pleasure.
Hopefully it's earlier. Yeah, hopefully it's earlier than that, but I mean, like, I can't argue with success.
Can't argue.
Quality over quantity, boys.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Awesome. So like, should we do like something funny to like leave off on, or should we just kick him out of the door?
All right, bye.
See ya.
Yeah. Hey. Goodbye.